I set up my Claude Code so the work I do can never be lost. Not when I close a chat, not when I forget to save, not even when I switch computers. So I'm going to show you everything I have in place from start to finish. And by the end of this video, you'll be able to build it yourself. The stakes. Here's a problem that everybody's going to have if they don't set something like this up. You're going to be working on something with AI. You're going to be making decisions, solving problems. You'll have good ideas. Then the chat's going to get too long. It'll degrade. You're going to open up a fresh one and the AI is going to forget. Then you're going to be explaining your own project from scratch every single time. So I asked a simple question. What would it take to make sure none of my work ever gets lost? Not less of it, none of it. And this is the answer that I found. And it's got layers. Because a real failsafe always has multiple layers. One idea holds the whole thing up. A backup only saves what gets written down. So the trick isn't a better backup. It's making sure everything gets written down automatically as I go. Here's the rulebook, CLAUDE.md. It starts with one file. It's called CLAUDE.md. Think of it as the rulebook. My AI reads it before it does anything, every time. Mine says when I sit down, read where I left off. While we work, write down what we decide. When we're done, log it. So capturing work isn't something I have to remember. It's the default. Number 2, the vault. Everything it writes lands here. This is my vault. It's just a folder of plain text files on my computer, and I read and write to them in an app called Obsidian. That's the important part. These are plain files that I own, not locked in someone's cloud. Every note, every decision, every project in a folder I control. Obsidian is just a window. Number 3, my commands. On top of all of that, I've got commands I run all day long. When something good happens in a chat, I type save. It files the decisions and the lessons where they belong. It sorts itself. End of day, I type end. It logs what I did, backs everything up, and updates what my AI remembers. I close the laptop with nothing left hanging. And then the next day, it knows right where I stopped. And here's the part that got me. Even if I forgot every command, the rulebook is still writing as we go. The work gets caught whether I lift a finger or not. Now the backups. Everything I just showed you is pushed to GitHub. Git is a backup that remembers every version, not just the latest. I can rewind to any point in time, and I don't do it by hand. A job runs every 15 minutes, grabs whatever changed, and pushes it up. My Notes app on the web writes to that same copy, and the job keeps both sides in lockstep. If 2 versions ever collide, it backs off and flags it instead of forcing a bad merge. And it never overwrites my work with garbage. My whole vault is one repo. Every project is its own. So far, I can save my work and back it up. But I've got years and years of notes. I needed to ask my whole file history a question and get a real answer. So that's this piece. Now you might be thinking, isn't that what the Notes app does? Here's a difference because it tripped me up too. Obsidian is where my notes live, and its search finds the exact words that I type. And LightRAG is different in that it reads all my notes and lets me ask a question in plain English. It actually understands what I meant, not just the words that I used, and it answers from across hundreds of notes at once with the source. Obsidian is my files. LightRAG is my own private Google over those files. I need both. One is where I write, the other is how I ask. And it runs in Docker. Docker just means it runs on its own sealed box on my computer. One command and it's up and can't mess with anything else. So mine's locked to my machine only. My entire brain is searchable and it never leaves this desk. What's behind it? It reads my notes, breaks them into pieces, turns each piece into numbers that capture meaning, and builds a map of how everything connects. Ask it something and it finds the closest ideas by meaning, ranks the best one, and writes the answer with the note it came from. And it rebuilds itself every few hours, so it's always current. Underneath all of this, jobs I never touch are running. Backing my work up every 15 minutes, reading my notes into that search engine every few hours, writing my daily log, updating what the AI remembers. I don't start any of it. It just runs. And it follows me. I close my laptop, open my desktop, and it's the same brain. Same notes, same memory, same history. One layer copies my files between machines instantly, and Git keeps the version straight on top of it. Doesn't matter where I'm sitting, the work is there. So, that's the whole thing. A rulebook that writes as I work, a vault I own, commands that file everything, GitHub backing it up every 15 minutes, a private search engine over my entire past, automation running it hands off on every machine I touch. It's not one save button, it's a failsafe, layer on layer, so no work I ever do gets lost. It goes deeper than I thought it could, and it's the most useful thing I've built. I'm not holding any of it back. The files, the commands, the whole build. It's in one guide. Comment code, and I'll send it to you.